Like the Wind is a bittersweet romance, telling the story of Sanpei and Chiyo. I found this following Tetsuya Chiba, who is the original creator. He is famously known for making the art for Ashura no Jo. As a result, Sanpei looks like a young Ibuki Jo, and Chiyo like Sachi. The story begins by showing the future. Chiyo is standing over some beautiful scenery and closes her eyes. As to remember the past, the story begins. Sanpei is shown sleeping on a truck full of bees. Tragically, the rain had damaged the road and the truck falls over a cliff. Sanpei manages to land on a safe surface, but his parents fell with the truck and crashed, burning up. The bees, surprised from the impact, swarm out into the land and make their way towards the villagers. Chiyo is a small girl who was there playing with her friends when this happens. Everyone runs for cover, and the people at the city cry or try to hide themselves, as well as their animals. Chiyo gets stung and left behind. Her grandmother, or caretaker, begins panicking at night, wanting Chiyo back. The people could not find her and worry if the wolves got her. In the dark forest, Chiyo is injured from the bees and scared. A wolf finds her and tries to attack her, but the wolf is hit by something and runs away. She turns around and sees it's Sanpei, who saved her with a slingshot. The two become close friends and spend 3 days together. Sanpei shows her the wreckage, and Chiyo offers to take the wandering boy into her village. But Sanpei doesn't want pity and tells her to not tell anyone what had happened to his parents. Once back in the village, everyone is happy to see Chiyo back, but her friends not so much, as all she wants to do now is spend time with Sanpei. Sanpei himself gets in a lot of trouble because he has a similar attitude to Yabuki Jo. He has goals to repay the villagers and ambitions, but doesn't tell anyone about them. Thus, the people think he is lazy and a worthless freeloader. He also eats a lot, much more than he has to, which worries Chiyo's guardian. Her guardian tells Chiyo that Sanpei can't stay with him because he's too costly for their resources. But Sanpei has a plan. He tells Chiyo that he wants to repay their kindness for taking him in, and he himself knows he can't be there forever. He secretly begins working hard in a wasteland and creates a valley so he could plant his valuable flowers. Chiyo tells him that she doesn't want him to go, and that she wants to marry him. Her grandma looks with disapproval and eventually has one of the people in the village inform the police about this boy because she thinks his parents are worried. Only Chiyo knows about his parents still. Because the boys of the village feel no respect towards Sanpei since he is tough into himself, and also because they are jealous of Chiyo who only wants to be with him, they often give him a hard time and try to fight him more than once. One of the bullies eventually tries to fight him, and they both accidentally fall off a cliff and end up hanging onto each other and off a small plant. A viper comes out and bites Sanpei, and they both fall but luckily onto soft plants. Sanpei takes a knife and cuts his arm open. He begins to try to suck the poison out while the bully goes out to try and find help. Sanpei stays and passes out. Eventually, Sanpei gets better and finishes the valley. He and Chiyo plant his seeds in the dirt, but an officer comes to get Sanpei. The officer recognizes Sanpei as the son of a beekeeper family. The officer doesn't know that they died in a tragic accident, but Sanpei could keep talking. He noticed some more bees coming back, so he couldn't talk, and everyone panics and runs. Sanpei disappears Sanpei disappears with his bees. After that, he doesn't return. But Chiyo waits for him to come back since she is in love with him and still wants to marry him. 10 years pass by. Chiyo and her goats are now adults and still spend a lot of time in the beautiful valley Sanpei created. She still awaits for him there, but she is sure he will be back someday. Suddenly, something surprises her, and she runs towards it. Down below, a single bee is seen landing on a flower. What I enjoyed about this story is like Shiba said about his works, that he wants people to not just read them, but feel them. There is a lot of feeling in this short movie. The misunderstanding of Sanpei, his efforts to pay the villagers back, and the relationship between him and Chiyo, and the bittersweet end where she still waits for him, and they get suddenly surprised by something. Thank you for listening.